All right, this is now, I hope, the final lecture-y thing I have to record for GFVM 1036, Section 1 and Section 2 for these Gen Ed courses at HKBU, first semester of 2019 through 2020. Now this video, I hope, will be very short, and it will correspond to lesson 13, I believe, the last week before the final exam. And as I start this, I realize, oh my goodness, I've already got notes for you. I shall have to add to them. Well. Okay, so what I was going to do is just jump into talking about the exam. Well, here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to fill in the notes on the Google documents very quickly, make any necessary commentary, and then talk about the exam, and then talk about what our expectations are, and one thing I can do for you that you will probably appreciate. All right, filling in notes for week 13 or lesson 13, how to seek a fulfilled life as individuals. I have here a few notes drawn from the whole semester. I'm now trying to integrate, rather summarize and integrate what we've learned. How do you seek a fulfilled life as individuals? Here's one point. Keep in mind that happiness may be an activity or a state of being as well as a state of mind. We're drawing from Aristotle. 2, do not neglect community. We're drawing from Mencius, although I'm oversimplifying dramatically. We're drawing from Mencius, we're drawing from Confucius, and more. 3, pay attention to what we should not desire. Taoism, Buddhism, Augustine, Boethius all concur on this. Pay attention to what you should not be doing, drawing from Taoism. Remember the golden rule. Where are we drawing from? Lots. Confucianism, Augustine, Kant, Mill, and Sartre. Understand that morality and happiness are not separate. Confucius, Mencius, Kant, Mill, Augustine. We could do more. Let's try to go quickly. Someone needs to come in this kitchen and clean it. I'm trying to finish today. How to seek a fulfilled communal life. One insight. Try to get our economics right. Borrowing from happiness economics, etc. The golden rule is also a principle for a fulfilled communal life. Confucianism, Kant, Mill, Augustine again. The thing which is morally good is also socially beneficial. This is a teaching of Confucius, Mencius, Kant, and Mill. Support modern science and ancient morality is a lesson we can get from the Dalai Lama. And support some Western Enlightenment concepts, maybe rule of law, human rights, or go with that list from Dui Ming. And some ancient Confucian concepts, responsibilities, the importance of family, etc. So you can put together a lot of these insights and have hopefully a more thorough picture of how individual and social happiness can be increased by drawing from these interdisciplinary sources and these Eastern sources and these Western sources and these ancient sources and these modern sources. I'm afraid it's actually not very thorough, but there it is. There's a summary of some things you can learn. Now, we need to talk about the exam. With the current situation, it's still not clear, at least at the time at which I'm recording this video, how the exam will work. It is still my intention to make sure we get an exam of some sort. We may have to delay it. I'm currently looking into the option of having the exam done on Moodle. So basically a take-home exam, and you complete it on Moodle and blah, 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 blah. I'm looking into that option. You will know shortly after I know what the plan is. I may have to get some procedures confirmed by a committee in the Religion Philosophy Department. There are complexities in life. Let's go with the working assumption, which is extremely probable, that there is still an exam to complete for the purposes of your grade in this course. What will be on the exam? Well, the final exam information document, which was available on Moodle on 3 December, is still almost certainly correct. And it will give you some useful information. Expect to have 10 true-false questions, 15 multiple-choice questions, 5 short answer questions. You can choose 5. There will be 7 available. 1 essay question. Choose 1 essay topic. There will be 3 available. Now, when this document on 3 December becomes available, you will probably have all the true-false, all the multiple-choice, and all the short answer questions available. I draw these questions for the exam from a pool or a question bank. I've got in that document probably about 40 true-false questions and 68 68 multiple choice questions. So there's a lot to draw from. Congratulations, all the questions in the true, false, and multiple choice and short answer questions on the exam will be available to you on 3 December. But you won't know which ones, so you'll have to study more than just what's on the exam. I don't want it to be too easy for you. So at this point, what I need to do is give you the essay topics for the exam. I never give students in advance the essays themselves. I give you the available essay topics to choose from. Now let me check my documents and make sure I'm getting this right. I think both units of GFVM 1036 will have the same set of essay topics available. And they are one, the golden rule, from a minimum of 3 sources. 2, different ways of thinking about ethics. 3, happiness. So I'm not reading the essay questions to you, but these are the 3 topics. And if, inshallah, we get to do the exam on Moodle or otherwise, you will need to choose one of these topics and write an essay on it. 1, golden rule. 2, different ways of thinking about ethics. 3, happiness. Choose the topic you like, plan your essay. Now, I find students like it when I give them, say, outlines. You choose your own outline. If I give you 1, choose it if you like or don't. If I give you 2, choose the one you like or don't. Come up with your own, doesn't matter. But I do find students like it when I give them sample essay outlines. In some cases, no doubt, they think, oh, the teacher said this is a good outline, I'll use it. I don't care, that's fine. If you want to do that way, that's no problem. Momentai. But the main reason is not so you can structure your essay in a way I would. It's to give you an illustration of some responsible ways of organizing an essay and some reminders of what sort of subtopics to cover. It'd be a tragedy to cover the golden rule and look over Mill and Augustine and Kant and never say anything about, categorical imperative version 2. Maybe my essay outline will remind you to cover more than one version of the categorical imperative. That's one reason. Another reason is just to help you understand how to organize information in a test essay in a useful way. So here's what I'm intending to do for you. I am intending now to give you a minimum of 2 sample outlines for each of these 3 topics as resources for studying, or if you like those outlines, you can choose one and modify it according to your own needs or interests or preferences. And you do what I've done a few times, memorize the outline, and you do the essay work from there. If it's a take-home essay, I don't suppose you even have to memorize it. Anyway, we shall see what we shall see, and I expect you will know shortly after I know how we're doing this exam. But in the meantime, assume we are doing it. Assume it will be as described in the document available on 3 December. Assume the questions therein will include the exam questions, unless I made some mistake. Plausible, but not very likely. Assume that exam questions will be available there, along with extra questions, you don't know which ones, but the essay topics are golden rule, different ways of thinking about ethics, and happiness. 1, 2, 3. And you can choose the one you like. And those essay questions will not be given on that document on 3 December, but I've told you now. And now I'm going to see if I can hammer out some sample outlines and put them in the notes for week 13. All right, thank you. Good luck.